The day-night test in Adelaide. Huh? Australia trying to bounce back after that loss in Perth. And wow, did this match have some drama.
Yeah.
Lots to talk about. But
big story.
Yeah, big story, Mitchell Starc. Record-breaking performance. And
rookie batsman.
Oh, yeah. Turned some heads on the Aussie side, for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting how this Adelaide test kind of fits into the series narrative, you know? Yeah. Australia got hammered in Perth, so the pressure's on, to perform, especially at home. And with the pink ball under lights, things can get a little unpredictable.
Unpredictable is right. Starc, I mean, he really put on a show, didn't he? End of the day with a career-best 6 wickets for 48 runs.
Against India.
I know, right? Against any team, that's amazing. But against, a team like India, top-ranked.
Yeah. And it's not just today's figures, right? You got to look at Starc's history with the pink ball, especially here in Australia. He's got this knack for making it swing under lights, and the Indian batsmen, they just couldn't figure him out.
It's crazy.
72 wickets in pink ball tests in Australia.
72.
More than double any of his teammates.
It's wild.
It's wild.
It's almost poetic justice, right? Do you remember that whole back and forth Starc had with
young Jaiswal?
Yes, Jaiswal back in Perth.
Yeah.
Guess who got him out in the very first over of this match?
Starc.
Beautiful end swinger. For those of you who don't know, that's a delivery curves back in towards the batsman and sent Jaiswal packing before he could even, settle in.
Big blow for India, that early wicket. They were already under pressure, and Starc just kept piling it on, getting that extra bounce, the movement off the pitch.
I know.
Making it so tough for them to score. You could see the frustration building with every over.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But before we go full-on Starc fan club here, got to give credit where credit's due. Gill and Rahul actually started off pretty well for India. Put on 69 runs for the second wicket.
Yeah.
Gill especially looked really comfortable out there. Whenever the Aussie bowlers missed their mark, he was just driving the ball beautiful.
True, but even in that partnership, there were some cracks.
Oh, yeah.
Rahul, he had this wild ride of an innings. First, he was almost out on a no ball.
Oh, yeah.
The bowler oversteps, doesn't count. Then he got this lucky break with a dropped catch.
Yeah.
It felt like he was playing on borrowed time.
Totally.
And then Starc got him.
In the bam. It was like a house of cards collapsing,
Yeah.
Kohli, Rohit, both gone early. Brutal stretch for India right before dinner.
Yeah. From a promising start to just clinging on for dear life.
I know. Makes you wonder, though, what if those catches had been taken? Could India have, built a bigger total, changed the momentum?
It's a good question, but at the end of the day, I think Australia were the better team out there. Starc was incredible, and India, they had their moments that they just couldn't capitalize, almost like they were waiting for something to go wrong, and when it did, they kind of fell apart.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But in all this Aussie dominance, one Indian batsman really stood out, Nitish Kumar Reddy. Now, talk about a fearless performance.
Reddy. He is definitely one to watch, for sure. Everything falling apart around him. But he kept just cool.
I know.
Playing some just incredibly aggressive shots.
I was going to say.
That sequence of sixes off Boland, breathtaking.
Especially that reverse swat over the slips. Yeah. For those who don't know, that's where he basically switches his grip and sends the ball flying backwards over the fielders behind him.
Talk about guts.
I know. And remember, this is only his second test match.
Second one.
Ever. He was India's top scorer in both innings of his debut series, which was just a few weeks ago.
That's a statement.
That's a strong statement.
It's a strong statement.
For a young guy coming into this level of cricket.
Absolutely. Reddy's innings were a real bright spot in a pretty gloomy day for India. That composure, aggression, rare for someone so new. It'll be interesting to see how he develops over the rest of the series.
I'm definitely keeping my eye on him. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Talk about Australia's batting. They lost Khawaja early thanks to a beauty of a delivery from Bumrah. But then this awesome fight back from, of all people, a rookie opener.
Nathan McSweeney.
Yeah. What's so interesting about his innings is the context. He came in during a tricky period, facing Bumrah under lights.
Always tough.
Always tough. But he didn't just survive, he thrived.
He did.
He even took on bowler who was trying to, intimidate him. There was this one guy, kept bowling short balls at McSweeney, trying to rough him up.
What'd he do?
He pulled him for 4.
Come on.
Yeah. That's a shot. You hit the ball towards the boundary behind you. Real power move. Talk about standing your ground.
That is impressive. Courage, for sure.
And then there's Labuschagne, who's been under a lot of pressure lately. He looked,
Shaky.
a little shaky at first, but definitely signs that he's, finding his form again.
Yeah.
That's so crucial for Australia, his performance.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a key player in their lineup,
Mm-hmm.
and they really need him to score runs if they want to win this series.
Mm-hmm.
His innings today wasn't perfect,
Right.
but it was a step in the right direction.
Agreed. It's all about building that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And for Labuschagne, good start.
Yeah.
Now at stumps, Australia's at 86 for 1, trailing India by 94 runs.
Okay.
Well, they're still behind, but thanks to Starc's, brilliance
Oh, yeah.
and the resilience of McSweeney and Labuschagne,
Yeah.
they're in a pretty strong position going into day 2.
All right, so we've covered Starc's dominance, India's batting roller coaster, and this gutsy fight back from the Aussie batsmen.
Mm-hmm.
What stands out to you so far? What are you thinking as we head into day 2?
It's this constant push and pull between these two teams,
Mm-hmm.
1 minute, India seems like they have the upper hand, then Australia snatches it away.
Right.
It's like a game of chess.
Oh, yeah.
Each move,
Co-op.
changing the whole balance of power.
And, this McSweeney guy, he's really got me thinking, who pulls a bowler for 4 after being peppered with short balls?
Yeah.
It's that audacity, that fearless approach
Yeah.
that can make a real difference, in a tight test match like this.
It raises an interesting question, doesn't it? Could McSweeney be that unexpected hero that Australia needs in this series? They've been looking for like a solid opening partner for Khawaja, someone who can handle the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
Sweeney's the answer.
Wouldn't that be something? Rookie rises to the challenge, leads Australia to victory. It's got a good ring to it,
It does.
but I guess we shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves.
No, you're right. Test cricket, it's a long game. Marathon, not a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
McSweeney, he's shown a lot of promise, but
Yeah.
he needs to keep performing consistently.
Yeah.
Not just this match, but, in the ones to come.
For sure.
What do you think, based on what you've seen so far?
Cautiously optimistic, I'd say.
Okay.
He's got the right attitude.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But back to Starc for a second. His bowling today, those figures, 6 for 48. I mean, that's the stuff legends are made of.
It really is. Speaks volumes about his skill, his experience, especially with this pink ball.
I know.
He's mastered the art of using those conditions to his advantage.
Mm-hmm.
The Indian batsmen, they had no answer.
Nope.
Remember that in-swinging Yorker that got Ashwin out?
Oh.
Textbook?
Oh, yeah. The way he set Ashwin up for that dismissal, it was almost cruel. And he did it all with a 39-over-old ball.
Yeah.
That's mastery, pure and simple.
Exactly. It's not just raw pace or power with
Right.
Starc.
Yeah.
He understands the nuances,
Mm-hmm.
the swing, the seam movement, how to use the pitch, the conditions to make the ball dance. That's what separates the good bowlers from the greats.
So it's like he's got this sixth sense for like how the ball will behave,
Yeah.
But, it wasn't all smooth sailing for Australia, was it? Remember that dropped catch off McSweeney?
Oh, tell me about it.
If Pand had held on to that, who knows how things might have gone,
It's those little moments, right?
Uh-huh.
That can be so costly, especially in a tight, low-scoring match like this.
Mm-hmm.
India, they had their chances.
Right.
They couldn't make them count.
Mm.
And often, that's the difference between winning and losing at this level.
It's those little moments, those twists of fate that can turn a game on its head. That's part of what makes Test cricket so beautiful.
Test cricket, you never know what's going to happen next.
You really don't.
It's a game of strategy,
Mm-hmm.
skill, mental toughness,
Mm-hmm.
and, yes, sometimes a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
True test of character for the individual players and the teams as a whole.
Right.
That's what makes it so captivating.
So where do you see this match heading? Australia's in a good spot now.
Mm-hmm.
But India, they're known for their fighting spirit.
Yeah.
Do you think they can pull off a comeback?
It's going to be an uphill battle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
To put any real pressure on Australia, they need to bat incredibly well in their second innings.
Mm-hmm.
Their bowlers need to find a way to break through that Aussie resilience we were talking about earlier.
How do you think they should approach day 2? Should they try to score quickly?
Yeah.
Set a challenging target? Or maybe play it safe, bat for a long time, and try to, wear down the Aussie bowlers?
These are the tactical decisions that'll determine the outcome of this match.
Yeah.
The Indian captain, the coach, they've got some tough choices to make.
I bet.
Do they go for broke? or play the long game.
Mhm.
And let's not forget, Australia, they're playing with a lot of confidence right now,
Yeah,
determination.
for sure.
They won't give up this advantage easily.
No, they won't.
It's all setting up for a dramatic day two, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And, this whole match has got me thinking about, like, the bigger picture of Test cricket.
Mm-hmm.
We often focus on, like, the individual performances,
Yeah.
the runs, the wickets.
Right.
But what about the team dynamics, the mental side of the game,
You're right. There's so much more going on beneath the surface.
Mhm.
It's a mental battle
Yeah.
as much as a physical one.
Totally.
These guys are under immense pressure, dealing with expectations from fans, from the media,
Right.
fighting fatigue,
Yeah.
trying to stay focused
Yeah.
amidst all the chaos. A test match.
Imagine being a Labuschagne right now. He's been struggling.
Yeah,
Everyone's got an opinion on his technique,
I know.
and he's got to go out there and perform under this, like, intense scrutiny.
It's got to take a toll.
It's got to.
Yeah.
It's true. We don't always see that side of things,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a huge part of what makes Test cricket so compelling.
Mm.
And it's not just Labuschagne. Think about the entire Indian team coming off a big loss, playing away from home,
Yeah.
and up against this, like, fired up Australian side.
Yeah.
How do they bounce back from that? How do they stay, like, united as a team?
Yeah.
When things aren't going their way.
These are the kinds of questions that, we don't often get answers to,
Right.
but they're crucial to
Yeah.
understanding the flow,
Mhm.
the ebb and flow of momentum, right?
Totally.
It's not just about the runs scored or the wickets taken.
Right.
It's about mental fortitude, team spirit,
Mm-hmm.
the ability to adapt, overcome adversity. What do you think? You've followed cricket for so long.
I think you've hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Test cricket, it's a window into the human psyche.
Yeah.
It's a test of character, like you said, and a reminder that, even when facing defeat, there's always that possibility of redemption.
Well said. So to sum up, Australia is in a commanding position.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Starc's incredible bowling, some gutsy batting from McSweeney and Labuschagne.
Mm-hmm.
India, they have a mountain to climb, but as you said,
Oh, yeah.
we've seen stranger things happen in Test cricket, haven't we?
Absolutely. And that's what keeps us coming back for more. The unpredictability,
Mm-hmm.
the drama, the moments of brilliance, and, yes, even the...
The heartbreak. The heartbreak.
What are you most looking forward to on day 2?
Honestly, I can't wait to see if McSweeney can continue this impressive form.
Mm.
Can he build on this strong start? Really cement his place in the team? That's the big question for me.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I'm really curious to see how India responds. Will they come out swinging or take a more, cautious approach?
Mm-hmm.
Their second innings is going to be crucial in determining the outcome of this match.
This day-night test in Adelaide, it's turning out to be an absolute nail-biter. And I, for one, can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
But before we go, let's give our listeners something to think about.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about individual battles, the strategies, but let's zoom out for a sec. When you're watching this match, what's that one thing you're looking for that's maybe, not obvious on the surface? Adapt and overcome.
It's that test of character, wouldn't you say? That's why it's so compelling.
I completely agree. So bringing it all back, what are you watching for on day 2? What storylines are you most, intrigued by?
Well, I'm curious to see how India responds. Do they come out swinging, try to score quickly, put that pressure back on Australia, or do they, play it safe, bat for a long time, try and wear down the Aussie bowlers? Their approach will tell us a lot
For sure.
about their mindset, their chances of a comeback.
And, of course, we can't forget about young McSweeney. Can he back up his impressive debut with another solid performance? Could he be that surprise hero Australia needs this series? I'm definitely keeping an eye on him.
Me too. This day-night test in Adelaide, it's going to be a classic, Twists, turns, individual brilliance, all that nail-biting tension.
And that is why we love Test cricket. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed unpacking this match with us. We'll be back soon with more analysis and insights from the world of cricket. Until then, keep those scorecards handy and enjoy the game.